Hi, I'm Sylvia from 40 Plus Style, and today I'd like to talk to you about body confidence and how to look good in a bathing suit. I have Heather Fonseca here with me today from the Style Confessions, and we had a little chat about this. So let me know what you think, and I'd love to hear your tips on how to feel great in a bathing suit. Hope you enjoy. Bye. She has actually done an interview on my side as well about body confidence, and that is the topic that I want to talk to you about today because it's summer. We're all going to go for the beach, and we're gonna dress up in lovely bathing suits. And I want you all to feel good about yourself and just have fun and enjoy it. So hopefully today we can encourage you to be happy with your body and go to the beach with a lot of confidence. So, Heather, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself so everybody knows who you are?
Okay. Hi, my name is Heather Fonseca, and my blog is called The Style Confessions. I'm a fashion illustrator, I'm a doll designer, and I also have my blog. I love fashion, I always have. And Sylvia and I have known each other for a while. Ever since she started her blog, we've been talking back and forth. And um, one of the things that she really liked about my blog is that I posed in a bikini a couple times last year. And I'm over 40, so it's kind of a big deal. I mean, for a 20-year-old to pose in a bikini is sort of no big deal. But when you get to a certain age, you stop feeling maybe comfortable in your bathing suits. And I mean, maybe it happens even earlier. I keep reading, it's very funny right now because I keep reading these very funny posts on putting on a bathing suit. And it's people like from Gerance Dore, who runs an incredibly popular blog, probably one of the most popular fashion blogs there are. Even she's like, I don't know what to do with this whole bathing suit thing.
Yeah.
So it's an uncomfortable thing because we've got most of our bodies showing, and we're all, I think, kind of conditioned to believe that if we don't look kind of like Pamela Anderson in our bathing suit, then it's just not okay. But that's not true.
No,
So
definitely
that's a little bit
not.
about me and my thoughts on body confidence.
So what did Garan say? I'm just curious now.
I can't remember exactly, but I feel like I read something recently where she talks about trying on a bathing suit and how, like, it's just horrible. And she had to
Yeah.
get something online because she couldn't take it.
Yeah, no, recently read a really funny story. I mean, Sheetje Kaminga, whom my readers know as well from No Fear of Fashion, put this really funny story about this woman trying on a bathing suit in a trying out room, and basically they did this all were wrong. They were either too tight or one boob appeared here and the other went there, and it's funny. I have to put the link in this story because it's one of the funniest stories about trying out bathing suits. And the fact that they have these really horrible lights in fitting rooms doesn't help either. I mean, you always will look horrible in a fitting room in a bathing suit. Don't you agree?
Supposedly, there's a psychology about that. The reason they put such horrible lights, this is what I've heard, is that if you feel bad, you're more likely to buy something for yourself to make yourself feel good, which seems like very strange reverse psychology. You think they'd put really good lights in so you'd feel really good and then you'd buy. But I guess a lot of companies do the opposite. They make it so you look kind of bad so that you feel bad so you buy.
Really? Well, why
Isn't
would
that
you buy
weird?
something if you look bad in it? I don't get that.
Because I think a lot of women, I mean, I know I've done this myself. You go in to buy something, and if you buying something makes you feel good. So if you buy something, then you feel good. So maybe it's that. Maybe they want you to feel bad so that you want that rush from buying something to make you feel good. I mean, honestly, for me, it's usually sort of the opposite. I mean, I remember years ago reading about trying on bathing suits, and this was probably Glamour magazine in the 90s and the 80s. And what they recommended you do before you try on a bathing suit was things like, like drink water all day and then wear like tan pantyhose. And I mean, it was like this whole litany of things that you should do before you walk into the dress. I mean, it was like, have a glass of wine. I mean, like all this stuff just so that
Wow.
it wasn't too appalling when you got into the bathing suit because it is appalling. I mean, especially you're coming out of winter. I mean, I live in LA, so I'm in the sun a lot, but most people, they don't get any sun on themselves. So you go and try on this bathing suit, and everything's white, which just makes everything look bigger. And then on top of it all, I mean, like, it's just, none of the things that you would have normally done to sort of like be in summer, like you haven't been as active, maybe you've been maybe eating a little bit too much because it's been cold. And so everything's maybe not as looking as good as you would want it to. And then on top of it all, you're putting on these little tiny skimpy things that one of the things that drives me crazy about bathing suits, I'm sorry, I'm segueing to something else, is that they seem to be either designed for girls who are 18 or women who are 80. And these seem to be the two looks. You've got teeny weeny, skimpy bikini, or you've got floral dress. These are your two choices. So what if you just want something kind of in between? There's tankinis if they work on you. Some women love tankinis. They look horrible on me. There's some one pieces. I tried on a great one piece at Macy's that was really cool. It had the fabric had cutouts in it, and it had this big ruffle that went down. It was a one piece, but the ruffle was so low that nothing would stay in.
Yeah.
Everything kept coming out. And I was like, well, how am I going to wear this to the beach? I mean, it won't stay.
No, exactly. I mean, what are the things that you look for in a bathing suit at the moment? What is important?
What is important? Honestly, for me, is there's two things. The first thing, one of the reason I wear bikinis is because I have a very long trunk. I have kind of that classic X-shaped body that's, kind of like an hourglass. But what people don't realize that means is that I have kind of short legs in comparison to all this space in my upper body. And that's what gives people the hourglass, because there's shape in between your hips and the top of you to create this little waist in between. So that's why I have the hourglass. But one pieces are really hard for me to wear unless I can buy an extra long.
Yeah.
The only places that do extra long are online, as you probably know.
Yeah, I have the same. I mean, that's one reason I hardly ever wear a bathing suit, because my body at the top is relatively bigger than my legs. I mean, and I'm still bikini girl as well. So you're a bikini girl, aren't you?
I'm a bikini girl because one pieces don't fit. I mean, I have no choice. So it has to be a bikini. Tankinis look horrible on me. I don't know what it is, but they sort of just bring out the worst in everything. So I find that a bikini just tends to look the best, and it fits, and usually also there's two sizes. My top, I need a slightly smaller top. You don't want your top too small because it won't hold you in. But then the bottom part, there's a lot of bottom. So it's a lot easier for me to buy like a 12 bottom and an 8 top, or a 14 bottom and a 12 top, or whatever the sizing is.
Yeah.
So that's what you can usually do in a bikini. So that's one of the other reasons why I like it.
So how do you feel on the beach? Do you feel good about yourself?
Well, the thing about the beach actually isn't that bad, because in California anyway, there's families on the beaches. It's usually big families, and the really incredible looking girls that just look absolutely amazing in their bikinis are probably about 13 years old. And everybody beyond that, look, they've got figure flaws. You grow up and there's deposits of fat, and it's all hanging out because bathing suits are small. So, when you really look around, you realize that there's just people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes the beach kind of easy for me, and then there's grandmas on the beach, and there's little kids, and like some of the little kids aren't wearing anything, and they're adorable, and you just start thinking, well, what does it matter? No one's looking at me anyway,
Exactly. I mean, and that's also what I think you should be feeling at the beach, because basically you're there to enjoy yourself, to enjoy the sun, to let it all out, and just have a good time and not worry so much about the body that you have, or the flaws that you may have, or that you perceive that you have. So is there any trick to doing that, you think? Is there any? I mean, I've never really had body issues. I mean, I've always been pretty confident about my body.
You European you.
Sorry?
You European you.
Maybe.
European women always seem to have so much confidence.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've just my body. I've never had a problem with my body. I've always been just certainly when I was younger, I felt great about my body. I mean, and even now, I mean, I'm happy to stroll around in my bikini. But I mean, I have to say, I haven't posted any bikini pictures on my blog yet. So, I mean, on the other hand, I'm not like here I am, or I feel too exposed, to put it on the internet. That's maybe also true. You have. So, I mean your sense of being proud of your body or celebrating it is must be even higher than mine.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, a lot of the reasons those bikini shots are on the web, on the blog, is because my husband really wanted it. He really wanted to take those shots. So he really encouraged me.
And
I have,
that's because
well, he thinks he loves my figure. He thinks I have a great figure. And, but I think I have a very, there are some women whose husbands, they would prefer it if they cover more. It depends on the guy. My husband, for whatever reason, usually he's the one that's saying, oh, the skirt's too long and your heels are too low and
he
your
likes to see your
jeans should be
body.
tighter. Oh, okay. It's, so he's the one that usually is encouraging me to dress more sexy.
Yeah, so
And
that's probably very good for you. Yeah, I mean, makes you feel
it
good.
is. I mean, it's nice. We actually, all the bathing suits I bought with him
Oh, really?
because, yeah, no, he always comes with me. He wants to see them, and I model them for him, and I
Wow.
come
Oh,
out of the dressing room and show him, and what do you think? And
lucky you. I've never shopped with my husband. He hates shopping. You see,
I
that
kind
was
of
one
had
of
it at the
the other
beginning.
criticisms in that article is that a lot of the bathing suit or the bikinis, they don't offer support like they used to do. Like in the old days, it was all supported and everything was lifted up and you had all, but these days it's all like, it all kind of goes down and it's like, it's so thin and no support.
Well, I think it depends on what you buy. There are supportive bathing suits, but they're usually in the old lady category, unfortunately. It's usually the suit that's like the really ugly floral dress
Right.
that has the great support underneath. I think you just have to look.
Yeah.
The places like Nordstrom's often have more of the more supportive, sort of one piece of the miracle suit. I think there's one called a miracle suit that's
Yeah,
supposed to like
I
shrink
feature
you
those on
10
our
pounds.
website. Yeah. Yeah.
They do actually. I mean, you put those things on, they like everything moves up, down, and over, and
Yeah.
suddenly you're all like sucked in. But if you want something they're almost all black. They're like black with a lot of ruching and they're very flattering. So if you want something that's sort of more interesting than flattering or more fun and trendy, then you're kind of out of luck.
Yeah, I suppose it's just a matter of looking hard and in unusual places. What do you think if for people that really don't that suffer from lack of body confidence? What would be the best way to go about it and change it and so that they can also go out to the beach and have fun?
I would say to start with, um, there's a lot of companies now that sell dress bathing suits that like Athleta had one that I thought was really pretty. It was white. I think it came in white and like blue and black or something, but it was actually a dress. I mean, it actually went to like mid thigh, and it was in swimsuit material and it had a bathing suit underneath. And if you're really feeling very uncomfortable and you really don't want to go out, like you could start with something like that. Also, Land's End, I think, sells a lot of those. They're like skirted bathing suits,
Hmm.
and they come in large sizes. And if you really don't feel comfortable, like maybe start there and sort of see. I think the other thing too is actually going out and sort of forcing yourself to try on bathing suits and get the feeling for it. Because sometimes the first time you do it, it's sort of god awful, and then the second time you do it, maybe it's not so upsetting because now you've done it. So I think that you have to, if you don't feel comfortable, then you have to respect that and not force yourself into a situation where you're wearing something that you don't feel comfortable in. So find something that does feel comfortable. Find a one-piece suit that looks good and feels comfortable, and then wear a pair of shorts over it, or get a little skirt, or get a little sarong, and put that on and feel good, and then you can kind of move from there, like little baby steps. So start with that, and then kind
Yeah.
of go every time you go, like try to take one piece off until finally you're comfortable. The other thing I'd say is look around at who's on the beach with you or who's by the pool, because there's a good probability that there's like two 13-year-old girls that look amazing because they're 13,
Yeah.
and everyone else looks like not as good as they do. Like even the models, you look at them and they've got like stretch marks, and they've got stuff,
Yeah.
and because they're half naked and you see stuff, and it's the bright sunlight and it's hideous. But so notice that there's very few perfect people out there unless they're really, really, really young. They're children, essentially. Children look beautiful on the beach, don't you think? Like little
Yeah.
kids, they look, their skin is so beautiful.
But to be honest,
But
I mean,
that
I
all
think everybody is beautiful that is just confident about themselves. I mean, I don't, it's probably difficult to teach to say, hey, come on, just accept your body the way it is and just show it with confidence. Because even, that's why it's a pity Georgette is not here today. Because, I mean, she is big and curvy, but she's confident. And then it's still very beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful to look at people that are just happy with themselves and just enjoying themselves, and doesn't really matter.
hmm No, I agree with you. And maybe that's the thing with children. They don't put on they don't care. They're running around in whatever little bathing suit it is that their mother bought them, and they're happy and they're having fun.
Hmm. Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, if we could get some of that joy into ourselves and not be thinking, "Oh, everyone's looking at me." The probability is that nobody's looking at you.
No,
So don't worry about
nobody is looking at you. I mean, they're all doing their own thing. You would hope so anyway.
it.
And
Yeah,
if they are looking at you, who cares?
exactly, exactly.
And the other thing, of course, that you can do is, I mean, you can still wear a nice bathing suit, even small, but then you have all these little wraps that you can wear around it, like nice scarves, or you have nice kaftans. That's what I always used to do. Even when I was younger, it's always nicer to walk around and have a little bit of cover up, certainly around your thighs. So
And
bring
there's
a few scarves to the beach, or buy a nice
or
cup.
shorts. Put on some cutoffs.
Yeah,
Cutoffs are very popular right now. Put on some cutoffs. I think the important thing, honestly, is just to buy a bathing suit, because there's a lot of times I go to the beach here. I don't know about where you are, but here I go to the beach a lot, and you can tell that there are women who are so uncomfortable that they're not in a bathing suit, and so they're in clothing, and
but then
then they
they don't
can't
have
go in the
attention
water,
to
and
themselves.
then
Don't you think? Then they
it's
don't have
uncomfortable.
attention to
They
themselves.
look uncomfortable,
Exactly,
and
and
you
then you
notice.
never look good.
Exactly. And they also look uncomfortable. Their kids are in the water, their husbands are in the water, and they're there in their shorts and their top, and and they've obviously got no bathing suit underneath. It's like, well, just feel that you're worth at least a bathing suit.
Yeah.
And then put some things over it and go to the beach with a nice bathing suit on underneath, even if it's not an expensive one. I mean, they have very nice looking bathing suits at Target that
Hmm.
aren't very expensive.
Now, Target is good. It's such a
And
pity they don't have it here in
really,
Singapore. I miss it.
oh, I'm
I used to
sorry.
love it in Australia, also, especially also for my kids. But they have good stuff.
They do. They have some very cute suits. So buy yourself a cute suit and put some stuff over it, but at least get the suit on so that you can have a good time and you can go in the water if you want to. And
Yeah.
I know way too much
And
about.
remember that you will look your best if you just let it all hang out. Do it, because I mean, the people that like you say, you will see the ones that don't dare, are just hiding in their clothes, and it looks worse. It always
hmm
looks worse, no matter what body you have.
And sometimes, been here in California in particular, sometimes you go to the beach and there's some really elderly ladies on the beach in their bathing suits, and they look great,
Exactly.
and they're going for their walks, and they're full of life, and they're there with their families, and you're like, yeah, like that's the lady I want to be when I'm that age. They look great.
Yeah, and that's also what you need to realize is that sometimes, when you were 30 or 35, maybe 40, you were complaining, oh, I'm getting old and getting all these wrinkles and I've got this blobs here and blah blah blah. But then you're 50 and you look at those pictures when you're 40, you say,
Mhm.
wow, I look so good at that. Why couldn't I see that?
Mhm.
So basically, that is what I'm trying to do now. Is like, I know that in 10 years from now, I will probably think that I look amazing. So I might as well enjoy it now.
Mhm. Oh, I look at photos of myself when I was in my 20s or in my 30s, and I look like a baby. And at the time, I felt so old. You know, I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly,
I'm
isn't
not
it?
a teenager anymore. I'm old, or I'm 30. Oh, I'm so old. And I look at these photos and it's like, how old was I when I had a baby? I thought I was 30. I didn't think I was 12. I mean, I look so young.
Yeah,
So it's one of those things as you get older, you realize that you looked really good. And I think taking that and looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I look really good
yeah, I
is
think so
important.
too. I think you have to be happy with where you look now because in 10 years from now, you're going to look worse. So it's always better now, you know?
Well, you're gonna look different, that's for sure. It's all gonna change. It all changes slowly.
Yeah, I mean, you will get older. You might as well accept it. You know, it's no turning back the clock. Yeah, you can do some procedures and all that, but in the end, you will never look as good as you did when as now. I mean, in 5 years from now, we'll look older.
It's true. Very true.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Heather, for joining me on this little conversation about bathing suits and body confidence. I hope everyone enjoyed it. And yeah, I mean, are you going to blog a little bit more about this issue? Are you going to show more bikini shots in the coming weeks, months?
I don't know if I am actually because I've sort of switched over to doing more illustrations on my blog.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, we're going to Palm Springs this weekend, so maybe we'll take some photos. We haven't been taking a lot of photos. We're moving. So my husband's been really busy and we just haven't been taking, and I don't have a lot of clothes because we're sort of transient right now. So I don't have a lot of my usual clothes. But we might take some photos. I don't know if we're going to take photos or not. I mean, I hope we are. I hope I have
Okay.
something to take photos of. But I'm definitely want to talk about the summer and sun tanning or not sun tanning and, you know, enjoying the summer and enjoying the time. I definitely something I'll be talking about a lot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, excellent, Heather. I will get those wonderful photos of you out of the cupboard again and probably display some of
Thank
with
you.
this interview if you don't mind, because they are fabulous. I just had a look at them.
Oh,
Thanks so much, and I hope to connect with you further. And maybe we'll have another hangout soon.
okay, sounds good.
All right. Thank you.